I don't know, Raleigh. He was here quite early when I was here this afternoon, but Dove Limousine, one of the sponsors on his machine, as now we get set for the green. 23 cars will be coming at you. The green flag is out, and we are underway. They drag race down into turn number 1. Waterhouse and Dickinson side by side still. Here comes the 03 of Chris Druin. He works to that inside.
And look at Jorga dive quickly to the inside, working over Henry Dickinson. They lean on each other coming out of 4, and they're all even at the line. Waterhouse leading the way, but he's got challenges coming from the 77 and the 11.
Here comes Glenn Riley in car number 99, the Interstate Battery World Gym Spots machine. He's trying to work to the inside and pick up a spot as he works it off of turn number 4. Further on back, car number 69, Connecticut of the Racing Repairman, Tony Kilty. Also in a bunch of cars there, he tries to muster his way up to the front.
Valerio working hard. Here she comes under Druin, and Chris Valerio takes over 4th place as she seeks her 2nd win of the season. Glenn Riley right there on her bumper. Druin drifts up into the marbles, opening the door for both Valerio and Riley. Here we come now with Waterhouse still leading the way. Jorga not gaining any ground on him, but Valerio is gaining on Jorga.
Oh, almost had a problem there, Raleigh, between the 10 of Salmon and the 00 of Townsend. The two came together, but no problem there as we stay green. Also trying to slice and dice their way up to the front. It's car number 1 of Dennis Charette, the East Coast Racing Engines, Monte Carlo. But back up front, it's car number 41 of John Waterhouse leading the way. But now here comes Chris Valerio. She's going to try to work to the inside of that Dove Limousine, sponsored car number 77. Car number 1 of Dennis Charette pulls to the center of the infield. Some kind of a mechanical problem on that car. So it looks like Chris Valerio will pick up that number 2 spot. But now here comes the 99 machine of Glenn Riley, the Interstate Battery World Gym, TAS Construction sponsored Regal.
Dickinson still holding on to that 5th spot, but Rosie Hall is right there challenging for that position. Some of our heavy hitters still in the back of the pack. Here comes Summer in the 0 car, along with Keith Miller in the 21. Al Leone in the 93 also moving up. At the line is still Waterhouse with a 6-car length edge over Chris Valerio, and Valerio has her hands full now with Glenn Riley in the 99. Jordan holding 4th, but Dickinson has his hands full now with Rosie Hall right behind him.
Good battle shaping up for that 8 spot between the 58 of Dennis Sporber. He takes the position away from car number 03 of Chris Druin. Also a battle going on between car number 93 of Leone and Miller, as Leone picks up the spot. When they come down to the stripe, this time it's going to be halfway with John Waterhouse, your leader, Chris Valerio 2nd, Glenn Riley's 3rd. Then it's Jonathan Jorga, Rosie Halls. We got a spin. As James Summers involved in car number 0, and it looks like the 58 is Sporber. Henry Dickinson, car number 11, was involved, as the caution will come on lap number 10.
Smoke pouring out of the Sporber car. He pulled away under his own power, so apparently nothing.
1996 as she's looking for win number 2. The green flag comes back out. They work it off of turn number 4, and we're underway. But now, Glenn Riley in car number 99, Interstate Battery Machine World Gym, tries to look to the inside of Valerio as they head down the backstretch, side by side. Further on back, car number 69 of Todd Malvezzi tries to work to the inside for a spot as they work it off at turn number 4. Back up front, though, we may have a change for position as Glenn Riley seems to be one of the fastest cars on the Speedway at this time. As now he gets a little bit sideways, the 41 machine. He dirt tracks it, holds position as they work it off at turn number 4.
Chris Valerio doing a fine job, and she fights for the lead now. Here she comes, and Chris takes the lead over Waterhouse. Waterhouse with his best run of the year. Glenn Riley still a big threat, however. Uh-oh, Chris Valerio in the lead, goes spinning on her own. Caution flag is out. Lights on for you so you can see where you're going.
Now the yellow came out for the weather, not the 76, so she'll go back to the position that she was running.
Good.
Because of the rain, we are going to hold things just a bit, and we are going to bring our field and stop it on the front straightaway area and see if this will pass us by. Hopefully it will, so stay tuned. skies opened up last Saturday evening, he too would be an ideal candidate to take down the victory. Right behind him is his wife. We'll see what's going to happen here. Only 8 circuits. Usually they run 20. They will run 20 in total. Only 8 of them tonight. They ran 12 last Saturday evening before the skies unleashed. Let's see what's going to happen. Speaking of unleashing, off turn number 4, they'll wind him up tight. It's up to Tony on the starter stand, and he gives him the green.
And they're off as Chris Valerio jumps right into that number 1 spot. But here comes Glenn Riley. He tried to look to the inside of Waterhouse, couldn't quite make the move that time. But now look at John Waterhouse in car number 41. He gives a tap to the rear bumper of Valerio as they work it off at turn number 4.
Well, Waterhouse, with the skill of a surgeon, looks for some racing room on the bottom. Now, last time he looked very, very strong. We've got the 99 around in the first and second turn area. Everybody's okay, and we're still at green. Off the turn, back to the stripe they come. It is Valerio, still your leader, but Waterhouse is all over her back bumper. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen pretty soon because time is starting to run out in this one. As they come back to the stripe, there'll be the high 5 laps to go.
And Chris hanging tough. John Waterhouse can't find a way around her. She's really running a wide race car and doing an excellent job. Tony Kilty coming on now, trying to overtake Jonathan Jorga. Jorga takes a tap from Townsend, and he looks for an opening. 16 down, just 4 to go. Time running out. It looks like it's down to Valerio and Waterhouse for the win. Down the backstretch and into turn 3 they go. Valerio running a very low line, forcing Waterhouse to the outside, and he just can't muster enough juice to work his way around Chris. Contact, and around goes Valerio. Well, now, let's see how that one all works out. In any case, Waterhouse, Valerio bring out the caution flag.
The story on this one, car number 41 is going to go back a position, and the 77. The 76 still brought out the caution, and it's going to go to the rear of the field. That was the car that brought out the caution. The inspector, Dave, has issued a penalty, 1 position. He's putting the 41 and the 77 back a position each for their involvement in 2 separate situations. Once again, 3 laps left. It's not over with yet. The green flag is out, and they're underway.
Jorga drifts up, opening up for Patrick Townsend, but Townsend can't quite capitalize that time. Feel pretty well strung out back in the pack. Jim Summer makes his move. Glenn Riley has moved up several positions in the 99 car.
There's a challenge for the lead, Riley.
You've got it. Here comes Waterhouse. He and Kilty almost hooked bumpers. Here they come off the turn, heading for the line. It'll be white flag time. 1 to go. Patrick Townsend takes over 3rd place now. And it's a 4-way battle for this win. Down the backstretch, Tony Kilty, the man in charge. Can he do it? Takes a little bit of a tap from Waterhouse. Off the turn and heading for the line, it's Tony Kilty with the victory. Waterhouse 2nd, Townsend 3rd, Jorga 4th, and Carlin in 5th place.
Well, he'll be heading down into victory lane, receiving the accolades associated with this Napa Auto Parts win, and the good folks from Budweiser, the king of beer.
Let's run down the winners for you. Kilty out of the car now. Well, we'll hold up just a second. Watch him celebrate, a la Scott Booley.
Well, down here in victory lane, a very happy Tony Kilty as he takes down his first ever strictly stock feature win right here at Riverside Park Speedway. Congratulate the crew, congratulate him. Tony, fantastic job. We referred to you as the racing repairman, and you told me, Gary, 1996, I'm going to see victory lane, and here you are.
Yeah, Gary, I tell you, I got to thank 3 very special people that might not even people ever know about. Kevin Brenner, Scott Booley, and Henry Dickinson helped me get started in racing, and I'm here today. I'm living a dream. Everybody can do it, and I got to thank those people. I also got to thank all the sponsors on the car. Without them, we couldn't do it. Big City Signs, Carl's Custom Auto, Pete's Radiator, Douglas Technical Services, everybody back at the shop, our motor guy Jim, Steve works hard on the body, Fish is the best crew chief and car owner I could ever expect to have, and I'm just so happy to be here tonight.
Now, there were some penalties that were assessed to the drivers that came in that altercation on the backstretch. When they told you you were going to the #1 spot, what was going through your mind?
Well, I really didn't know why all that happened. You know, I knew that John had gotten into some trouble up front, but I knew once we got this car out front that we could win, and it just took a matter of, we started this, for the people that don't know, we started 13th in this feature. We just kept pushing on. We started 6th tonight, and you just got to keep pushing. You can never give up.
Okay, Tony Kilty takes down the win, and he also is the first driver to beat Mother Nature in over 2 weeks here at Riverside Park Speedway. Back upstairs.
Okay, Gary, that's the story. In addition to Kilty taking the win, it was the 41 of Waterhouse second. Patrick Townsend took third in the 00, followed by the 77 of Yorga. Then it was the 66 of Carlin. Rosie Hall finishes 6th in the 14, followed by Mike Salmond in the 10. In 8th place, it was the 44 of Dennis Brilla, followed by the 88 of Scott Nelliver. Rounding up the top 10, the 21 of Keith Miller. So there's your top 10 for tonight's Strictly Stock feature.